there exists even a single COVID positive patient in a building, then every resident of that building needs to be tested. That was the rule in the first phase, that if there was a building where anyone is identified to be COVID positive, then everybody residing in that building would be tested. Government will arrange, or forcefully they will ensure that everybody is tested, right? That means, imagine there is a table, right? There is a table of building. From building table, let's say you live in a building called as, imagine you live in a building called as Victoria. Okay. Now you are saying that in the building Victoria, if there exists, select star from, again, building table, where B underscore name is equals to Victoria, and resident or COVID status look at this inner query, this query here. This is the inner query. So in this query, we are checking if there is anybody who's positive in Victoria building, right? So this exists that we have written. This exists that we have written here. This exists will become true if this query returns true. This exists will become true if this select query that we have written after that returns even a single row. Exist will becomes true if the subquery returns even a single row, returns one or more rows. Exist becomes true if the subquery returns one or more rows. If this exist becomes true, then this where statement B is equal to Victoria, B name is equal to Victoria, right? And true. That means it will end up printing everybody's data from Victoria building. Did you understand this? So then the query becomes that print every resident's data from Victoria building if there exists even one COVID positive patient. Remember, it is not just printing the positive patient's data. It is printing everybody's data from Victoria building. But when there exists a positive patient in Victoria. I guess getting out of this. It's like saying that if in this batch there exists one or more females, then I want to get the data of every student of the batch, not just female students of the batch, every student of the batch. Let's say you go to buy fruits and you're buying a dozen apple, and you tell the seller that in your dozen apple box, if I find even a single rotten apple, I will check each and every apple. I get a point. Let's say you work in a medicine bottling plant. In a batch of medicine that's produced, the quality policy is that if there exists one or more rotten bottles in one batch, then we will check each and every bottle of that particular batch. You work in a bank fraud detection team. Multiple transactions happen every hour, right? And you randomly pick some trades or some transactions every hour, and the bank's policy is that if you happen to find one or even a single transaction which looks suspicious, then you will check each and every transaction of that particular batch, that particular hour. Is that making sense? So if there exists in a set of values, if there exists one or more elements which meets the condition, then all the elements of that set will be queried, will be extracted. Again, you want? If will show only the ones which are positive, but we don't want to show only the ones which are positive. We want to show everybody's data if there exists even a single person who is positive. Then it will show the whole table. How will you show that? और एक क्वेरी लिखना पड़ेगा, तो इससे बेहतर नहीं लिखिएगा। और हिंदी बोलिए। And opposite of exist is not exist. Not exist becomes true if the subquery returns 0 row. What it means is what do you think this query will give us? From student, class will do 1A and not exist in class 1A where MTest is less than 90. If nobody has gotten less than 90, if nobody has gotten less than 90 in class 1A, then this query will return nothing. Right? And if this query returns nothing, then not exist becomes true. Because not exist becomes true if the subquery returns nothing. So not exist becomes true, then it will print everybody's data from class 1A. That means the query is that print all the students from class 1A if there is nobody in class 1A who has gotten less than 90. If even a single person had gotten less than 90, then this query would have presented nothing. Is that making sense? Which is less than 90, then what will show? What will be the final result? If as per this query, if that exists one, we find a single value which is less than 90. In exist one. No, not exist. In not exist one, even if one person who has gotten less than 90, then that means this select query will return that particular row. And if it returns any row, then this not exist will become false. And if this becomes false, then it will be class will do 1A and false. Then it will show nothing. Is that making sense, everybody? Yes. So not exist is even more strict. It's like if you're working in a beer bottling plant and your quality policy is that you will check each and every bottle of beer before dispatching the case. Or dispatching that batch of bottles. So you'll check each and every bottle by default. If there exists even a single rotten bottle, then you will reject everything. Basically, you will pass the batch only if there does not exist any rotten bottle. Got it? It's not a window, it's just a condition. It's not a function, just a condition. It's a way of comparing, filtering, you may say. From, then where, and exist is part of where. And since there is a subquery here, so it goes to the from of that subquery, then where of that subquery, then select of that subquery. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then this exists 6. Wherever there is a subquery, the subquery will run completely. Okay. Let's do some quick questions on this, guys. Okay, guys, let's do these two questions. Let's do this question here. Let's do question number 1 and let's do question number 3. 3. Student school database. Done? The first one, the first one is this. Right? The third one, use not exist. It says nobody should have scored less than, everybody should have scored more than 80. That means nobody should have scored less than 80. Hey, list of students from district HHM. Understood? मेरे में एक बच्चा है मेरा भी है because it is printing everybody from HHM. But I have yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this is exist not exist guys, okay?